Hello everyone. We are here to explain about our listening project. But before we started, let us introduce ourselves. My name is Rosa Sangga Pratiwi, student number 47, and my friend Desti Ramadani, student number 49. Okay, let's get started. TOEFL IBT Test of English as a Foreign Language Internet-based test. What is TOEFL and why you should take it? TOEFL is a test that measures participants, how well their English is, and why people should take TOEFL. We need to take TOEFL tests in the future because sometimes we need to know about our skills and to measure our understanding in English. And also in the world of college and also job, some of company need to score or certificate to prove it. In meeting 9, what I know about TOEFL IBT. TOEFL IBT is the only test-based internet that measures all 4 English academic skills such as 1. Reading skill, 2. Listening skill, 3. Speaking skill, and 4. Writing skill. In reading skill, the duration is about 60 until 100 minutes, with 12 until 14 questions in total. And in speaking skill, the duration is about 20 minutes with 6 questions given by interviewer. Meanwhile, in listening skill, the duration is about 60 until 90 minutes with 5 until 6 questions in total. And then the last one, in writing skill, the duration is about 50 minutes that divided by 2 parts, integrated essay and independent essay. The next one is exercise. There is an audio with 13 and 38 minutes length.
Hi, Dr. Johnson. I came by to discuss my research paper. I dropped it by on Monday. About the nutritional value of chocolate?
Oh, yes, Lisa, that's right.
Have you had a chance to look at it yet?
Yeah, I sure have. Let me dig it out of my files. Yeah, here it is. Okay. Well, Lisa, you've done a fine job of citing your sources and writing up your reference page. But you used a lot of internet resources for your information.
That's right. You said we could, didn't you?
Oh, yeah, but I also said to be sure to evaluate the site to make sure that it's worthwhile before you used it. This one here that I've circled, I don't think this is what I'd call a good source.
But it has the university address of a professor. Isn't it okay to use sites with the .edu domain in the address?
Well, you have to look beyond just the address. Yes, you are correct that this site is that of a professor at a very prestigious university, in fact. But did you notice this particular set of web pages were student papers that the professor had uploaded for the class to read and critique? You happen to have used one of the student papers. Well, that particular student may have done a fine job in his or her research, but a student is hardly an expert in the field.
Oh, I hadn't realized that it was a student's work. I just noticed that it was on the website of a professor and thought, well, that it would be his work.
You really need to investigate a bit deeper before you use online material. You could have checked the sources that the student had used. There might have been some useful papers by experts in that student's reference page.
Okay.
Now, the study here that you've cited looks very good. But did you notice that the person who did the study works for a laboratory that's funded by a major chocolate company?
Oh, so it's biased.
Well, perhaps. At least it should be taken with a grain of salt. But it might also be very good research. So with data like that, data which may be biased, you should try to find an independent person who's run the same kind of experiment. Remember that a good experiment you should be able to replicate it. So if a major chocolate company comes out with a study, we should have other people looking at that research with a critical but open mind.
So it might be a good source. I don't have to throw it out.
Right, but I think you should try to find more studies to back up the results. Okay, so has that been helpful?
Yes, oh, yeah, very, Dr. Johnson. Thank you. I really appreciate your help.
Now get ready to answer the questions. You may use your notes to help you answer. 7. Why does the student go to see her?
Multiple choices: A. To pick up her research paper, B. To discuss the nutritional value of chocolate, C. To get advice on citing sources, and D. To get feedback on her research paper. And how to answer the question? To answer the question, we have to first pay attention to the second speaker. What he or she said, and what is the verb that he or she said. The second one, imagine the situation. How is the situation? And imagine where is he or she. After exercises, we have quiz with only the multiple choices. A. The first skyscrapers in America. B. The Prairie School of Architecture. C. The influence of the English arts and crafts movement. And D. Oriental motifs in American architecture. This question is supposed to ask about the topic of all the conversation. Is provide recording and also multiple choices. A. To a rehearsal. B. To a lecture. C. To the library. And D. To a concert. This question is supposed to ask the detailed information, so the listener have to pay attention to the context properly. In meeting 13, the quiz also provides an audio and multiple choices. And this question is supposed to ask about the topic of the conversation overall. So the listener have to pay attention to the them and the speaker. And what are they talk about? In meeting 15 are the review materials. In meeting 15, we have forum that talking about the main information about the video. The purpose of the speaker talks about that, and then ask about our opinion about teaching and learning process related to the audio. To answer this question, students have to see the video, imagine the situation, and think and guess what is the main information and the purpose of the speaker. Thank you for your attention. Thank you for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi
Wassalamualaikum.